I said as old school as in my age, because we're going back in time. Real quick, just for posterity, it is the 13th of November. And this is the version of Chrome that my laptop is currently running. Yes, that's right. I'm still just as in love as I ever was with my Chromebook. It's my daily driver now. Anyway, today's story comes from right here. Oh, there we go. So, when I was a kid, the first computer I ever got was a Macintosh SE. All the schools in my area were all the schools were Apple, and that's what my dad wanted me to have. He was the one with the PCs. When I got a little bit older, I think around 3rd or 4th grade somewhere, he started letting me play on his computer, because my computer was a little black and white monochrome, Macintosh, and he had the DOS PC with the games. Eventually that became such an obsession that I was on that thing all the time, and he ended up giving it to me when he got a new one. So as a little kid, even before junior high school, I was incredibly proficient and fluent in MS-DOS. And there were tons of games I played. A certain handful of them were so special to me that I never forgot them. And I will still go back once in a while and play them in an emulated environment like this. So, as you can see, I am running Dosbox-X with the SDL model, which is a slightly enhanced version of regular DOSBox. I would also point out that I have many options to make the video of the interface here kind of smooth and more appropriate to a high definition screen, or sort of pixelated like it is now, and unfiltered, which is how I like it. So, today's story, I'm going to be telling a story by playing through a text parser game. A text parser game was where you sort of type out commands and questions and statements and things, and that's how you play the game. This is incredibly ridiculous, I'm sure, to like the younger generation that wasn't around in this time, but one of the most easily recognizable games that came across all kinds of game compilations and stuff was called Hugo's House of Horrors, which is exactly what I'm going to play through and kind of narrate the story for today. Are you ready? Do you hear the music? Dun, 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 dun. As you can see, that's Hugo with his teal shirt and pink pants. Can't go any further that way. So, there are just momentary sequences in this game that have a little bit of tune, a little bit of a chip tune, but the game isn't full of music like your typical 8-bit games of the era were. Not a whole lot of sound effects other than when you bump into things sometimes. So, as you can see down in the bottom left corner, there's a place where you can type things. Most things it doesn't recognize. I mean, we're going back, and this software isn't that sophisticated. for example, even if I said, "What is your name?" I'm afraid I have no idea. Or if I said, thirsty. Apparently our hero either doesn't understand what you mean or doesn't think that would be very useful. So things like that. A lot of generic responses to things that, you know, don't apply to the game or don't make a lot of sense. As far back as this software goes, it's not super intuitive. But it can understand things like if I said, "Same to you, loser." So a very common command in this game to give you an idea of what to do first is typing "look." You are in front of the house where Penelope was last seen. If you are to rescue her, you must find a way inside no matter what lies ahead. And you can't do things like it won't let you go into places you're not supposed to go to. There's no boundaries to break. You try but fail miserably to climb the fence. So, look at pumpkin. There appears to be something inside of it. Open pumpkin. Okay. The pumpkin breaks open to reveal a key. Take key. Okay. You notice every time I acquire an item, my score up in the top goes up there a little bit. Look in window. I can see no more than you can. Can't go that way, so obviously I'm going inside of Hugo's house of horrors. Open door. It is locked. Use key on door. Unlock door. Okay. Open door. Look. You are in the hall. It sounds as if a big feast or something is going on in the room on the right. There is a flight of stairs to the left. So far, your presence has gone undetected. Look at painting. An exquisitely bad work of art. Look at table. It is a small round wooden table useful for putting things on, like candles. Seems to be a hint, don't you think? Take candle. Look at rug. You see nothing very interesting about it. Look in hole. I don't see anything much in here. Wait. There is a little penknife lying in the dust on the floor, and next to it is a little silver whistle. Take knife. Take whistle. Okay. I wonder what the whistle is for. Blow whistle. Nothing seems to happen. Hey, maybe it's one of those dog whistles that only dogs can hear. I think I just had to save my own life there. Oh, no. Oh dear, it seems the nice doggy has eaten you all up. You'll never get to rescue Penelope this way. So now I'm dead. I forget the command to... Yeah. I'll have to remember to start saving. Open pumpkin. Take key. Unlock door. Open door. We get the little tune again. Let's get back to where we were. it's not the graphics necessarily, but this game was pretty fun when you were a little kid. You know, back in the late 80s, early 90s. We'll get back to where we were here. Now, anyways, we're going to start saving so that I can purposely kill myself and show you some of the pitfalls of the story. So as you heard, or as you've seen before, if I say blow whistle, nothing seems to happen. Maybe it's one of those dog whistles that only dogs can hear. It's that doggy in the window. I like that it plays How Much Is That Doggy in the Window. No matter what I do, he'll be there waiting for me, and he will eat me. So, let's look around. An exquisitely bad work of art. We'll start upstairs. Open door. I can see no more than you at this moment. Open closet. What's that? It looks like someone's head. Well, I know what this is anyways. It's a mask. I don't think he will listen to you if you say, get in bed. This is not the time for a snooze. Look out window. It's pretty dark out there. You can just make out the outline of a shed below and amongst some trees. Look under bed. You get down on your hands and knees and peer under the bed to find absolutely nothing. Okay. Let's go and look into the next room. Open door. You have arrived at the bathroom. Look in tub. You see nothing very interesting about it. Look in toilet. I'd rather not, thanks. Look out window. It's pretty dark out there. You can just make out the outline of a shed below and among some trees. Look at mirror. There appears to be something daubed on the mirror in red. It looks like the number 333. I'll bet you that we need to remember this. Look at sink. You see nothing very interesting about it. Okay. So we are clear to leave this room. We've made some progress, so better save. The high-frequency cosmic radiation emanating from this room knocks your mask onto the floor. You can pick it up again when you come out. What's going on in this colorful room? The mad professor speaks. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over the house for you. Look, you're late and we haven't much time. Step into the box and we'll begin the experiment. The professor beckons you to step into the large cubicle in the center of the room. Good, says the professor. Okay, Igor, press the blue button. Igor grumbles something incoherently and deftly presses the red button. You idiot, Igor, roars the professor. That's all I need, a colorblind imbecile for an assistant. Oh dear, I've got my headache coming on again. I've had enough hassle for one day. I'm going to have a lie down. The professor storms off, leaving you alone with Igor. It seems that I've been shrank. Talk to Igor. Igor is good at taking orders, but is not much of a conversationalist. Look around. You have arrived in the Mad Professor's laboratory. There is a strange-looking box connected to some weird machine with flashing lights. In the left-hand corner of the room is a little table with an assortment of odd-shaped items on it. Look at table. The only thing you recognize is a useful-looking rubber bung. Well, we'll take the bung. Okay, I've been shrank, but I'm gonna leave. Too bad. In your current state, you can't reach the door handle. Well, that's not nice. Igor, press the blue button. Igor deftly presses the yellow button. That's better. What is going on? Look at my body. I'm almost walking in circles. Well, my head is spinning anyway. Almost like a Michael Jackson moonwalk or something. I better get out of here. Too bad. In your current state, you can't coordinate your hand to turn the door handle. I am touching nothing right now. I press the arrow to make him go a direction, and he seems to be very miscombobulated. Let's try this again. Igor, press the blue button. Igor deftly presses the green button. Well, now look at me. I seem to be a little bit transparent and pixelated. I don't know if he'll comment on that or not. Look at self. It is you, the hero. Let's go. Too bad. In your current state, you can't grip the door handle to open it. Let's try this again. Igor, press the blue button. Igor deftly presses the blue button. Let's see if he got it right. Hey, I'm normal again. Maybe I'll press the green button. I think you'd better leave that to Igor. Press the blue button. Igor. Press the blue button. Igor is fed up pressing buttons and refuses. I think you should go while you can. Okay. Maybe I should listen. Oh, don't want to forget my mask. Okay. Isn't the wallpaper of this room fantastic? We survived that ordeal. I think this would be a good time to save. Now, it did say you are in the hall. It sounds as if a big feast or something is going on in the room on the right. Maybe we'll go see about the big feast. Okay, in this room here we seem to have sort of a handsome Frankenstein almost, with the square head, a vampire, a zombie lady, maybe this is an alien. Let's look. A feast is in full swing here in the dining room. Some of the guests look rather ugly. Something tells me this is not a good place to be, unless, of course, you want to end up on the dinner plate. Nah. Sit in chair. But you're not invited. Aw. Take food. should wait for the butler to offer you something. Okay. Let's go talk to the butler. Care for a chop, sir? Yes. Very good, sir. Sniff. Just a moment. You're not one of us. You're a bloomin' interloper. Come here, you little blighter. I'm going to chop your head off. It appears your game is up, so to speak. The butler deftly slices your head off with a handy carving knife. So much for rescuing Penelope. And there's my head down there on the ground to the right. He did ask me if I would care for a chop. This here appears to be a kitchen. I think I have an idea. I figured this out obviously on my own, or else this would take a while, but I do have a mask in my inventory. You are carrying a key, a knife, a mask, a candle, a whistle, and a bung. Put on mask. Okay. Now maybe I look like one of the spooky guests. Let's see what the butler says to me now. Care for a chop, sir? Yes. Very good, sir. Sniff. Enjoy. The butler hands you a juicy-looking chop. You take it from him with a polite thank you. Look at dishes. Same as before. Over here is a broom. Maybe I can take it. Going to do some sweeping, are we? Hey, the broom must be gripped by some magical powers. Despite your best efforts, you can't budge it. From the looks of it, this is the kitchen. You can hear the sounds of a feast or something going on in the room to the right. Okay. Look in cupboard. Peering inside, you find nothing to write home about. Look in oven. Peering inside, you find nothing to write home about. Okay. Let's go in this door. We seem to be outside. Look around. You are behind the house now in what appears to be a small fenced-in yard. To the rear of the garden is a little shed. Look at tree. An oak tree, I think. Climb tree. You shimmy up the tree, find lots of branches and leaves and stuff, and shimmy down again. Good exercise, huh? Open door. The door appears to be locked with a combination lock. What's the combination? How about, oops, the 333. Bingo, the door opens. Look in shed. The shed seems to have fallen into disuse and is pretty much full of garbage, either broken or rusted to pieces. You are just on the point of leaving when you notice an oil can sitting on a shelf. Take oil can. Take oil can. Okay. Now, take off mask. There we go. I imagine Hugo, with his incredibly handsome features and attire, can breathe a little better now. His girlfriend must love this outfit. You know, seriously, this game is so classic. I mean, this is such a fond piece piece of a fond childhood. Anyway, let's go in the door. Whoa. How much is that doggy in the window? Oh dear. It seems the nice doggy has eaten you all up. You'll never get to rescue Penelope this way. Now I'm dead. Sometimes this series of Hugo games made you learn that you have to prepare an action before you go into the room. So in the case of my inventory, I do have that pork chop. Now, that seems to have caught the dog's attention. It looks like he's going to be rather busy for a while. Now, something fun I learned about this. This is a pretty empty looking room adjoining the kitchen. The only thing of any interest that immediately catches your eye is a rather large and ugly looking dog. See, I was able to get some points and take that pork chop back, and the dog will not bother me again. Look at the mouse hole. You rummage around in the hole and feel something soft and slightly moist. Phew. A medium-sized pile of mouse droppings. Do you see anything strange about this room? Look around. The rug where I'm walking at, do you see the difference in texture? Look at rug. Maybe that's not the command. Lift rug. A trapdoor. Look at trapdoor. Open trapdoor. The trapdoor appears to be bolted shut. Open bolt. Open bolt. Despite your best efforts, the bolt refuses to budge. Maybe the bolt is jammed. Let's see if we can use the oil can to loosen the bolt. Use oil can on bolt. Use oil can. I'll remember. Oil bolt. There it goes, oil bolt. Open bolt. Open trapdoor. You casually throw the mask away since you won't be needing it anymore. Okay, next room. Look around. You are below the house now. The walls appear to be partly hewn out of rock. To the right of the basement is a large, extremely heavy-looking door. You can hear the muffled sounds of someone sobbing. Let's go see what that is. Look at door. Looking through the door, you can make out your beloved Penelope's tear-streaked face. Talk to Penelope. Penelope, alas, can't speak since she is gagged. Open door. Are you kidding? Well, I suppose you had to try. Needless to say, the door is locked. Knock on door. Nobody answers. Surprised. As you explore around this room, you find it's basically a dead end. Except there is a secret. There's a staircase behind here. A bunch of bats flying around, but that's no big deal. Oh, they're chasing me. Gotcha. Oh dear, you seem to have wandered a bit too close to one of the vampire bats. Looks like it's curtains for you. Now you'll never be able to rescue Penelope. So how do I get past the bats if they chase me that closely? Like they really kind of come after you. Well, let's look at my items and see. A pork chop will probably not interest them. A candle probably won't interest them. A whistle. Let's try blow. Blow whistle. That seems to have had a strange effect on the bats. Oh, I still died. That's what I get for not preparing in advance. Okay, blow whistle. That seems to have had a strange effect on the bats. Now they're not zooming right in after me. Hey, what do you know? You appear to have confused the bats' sense of direction. It must be something to do with their sonar-like hearing. I still touch the stupid bat. As you can see, these old games are not forgiving. Let's try again. There we go, now they're away from me. Let's go to the next room. That mummy really wanted me. Let me try that again. Oh, I walked into him. Gotcha. Oh, how careless. You seem to have landed yourself in the clutches of the evil mummy. Well, since it's curtains for you, you'll never be able to rescue your sweetheart. Look around. You are in a cave with the mummy's tomb. Yeah, I'm not close enough to talk to the mummy. Gotcha. He seems to be a lot faster than me, so how do I get past this? Take gold. Okay. That was easy enough, wasn't it? You are now in a large open cavern. There is a small underground lake here, at the far side of which is some sort of jetty and a very old-looking man who appears to be just sitting on the jetty, fishing. To the far right, at the back of the cavern, you can see a tunnel. Well, I guess the first thing I need to do is get in boat. I'm afraid the boat has a hole in the bottom. Unless you can plug it with something, this boat will surely sink before you can get to the other shore. I think we have just the thing. We have that big rubber bung. Use bung on boat. Plug hole. Plug hole with bung. Okay. Get in boat. Okay. Push off. The boat wobbles a bit, but doesn't really go anywhere due to the fact that it's still tied to the post. Untie boat. Get out of boat. Untie boat. Nope. We have to get rid of that rope somehow. Maybe a knife. Cut rope. The boat is now floating free. Okay. Get in boat. Okay. Push off. I just realized I should have probably grabbed my phone. I don't know if I remember the exact set of answers. You'll see. Talk to old man. The old man seems about to speak. Ah, welcome to my lake, my fine young friend. I have been waiting for you. I am well aware of your quest, and I would hasten you on your way. However, before I let you pass, I must satisfy myself that you have the experience to handle the dangers that lurk through yonder passage. To this end, you will permit me to test your mettle with a few questions, the answers to which would come readily to the lips of any seasoned adventurer. Be warned, however, that I can only accept your first answer. The old man clears his throat and asks, what was the first name of the hero in The Hobbit? That would be Bilbo. Correct. And the next question is, where did Aslan live? Hint, not in a wardrobe. That would be Narnia. Correct. And the next question is, who invented Count Dracula? That would be Bram Stoker. Correct. And the next question is, what should you do with a pan-galactic gargle blaster? A. Ride it. B. Fire it. C. Drink it. D. Run away from it. Everyone knows you drink it. And now a riddle. What's the name of the only mammal that can't fly, that can fly? That would be man. Nearly there, just 2 more to go. What was the name of Roy Rogers' dog? Oh, I forget if it was Rocket or Bullet. I'm gonna try Bullet. And lastly, are you sure you want to rescue Penelope? Yes. Wonderful. Thou art truly a noble and wise adventurer. Go in peace, my friend, and good luck in thy mission. Cheesy stuff like that is exactly what they could get away with back in the day. Look around. You have arrived in a passage with a room at the end. There is a large guard at the end who appears to be standing outside a kind of jail. Wait, behind the guard you can make out a familiar shape. Yes, it's Penelope being held prisoner. Can't get by him. Look at guard. This is one dude you don't want to argue with. Talk to guard. He doesn't understand you. Punch guard. Use knife on guard. We have a key, a knife, a chop, gold, candle, whistle, and oil. Use whistle. Blow whistle. Okay. Nothing seems to happen. Use knife on guard. Use candle on guard. You ready for the answer? Give gold to guard. You hand over 1 coin from your little bag of golden coins. He makes a gruff noise, which you assume was a thank you, and steps aside, allowing you to pass. Nearly there, Hugo. Congratulations. You are so glad to have rescued Penelope, you dance for joy. After cutting her ropes with your penknife, you open the bolts of the jail door and find yourself back in the basement. From here, you trip hand in hand up the basement stairs, past the ferocious doggy, through the kitchen, and out the front door to freedom, and live happily ever after. Goodbye. And there, out of the Hugo trilogy, that was the first game. What do you think? Copyright 1990 to 1992, David P. Gray. I wonder whatever became of that fellow. His little game here was a small but wonderful piece of my childhood. This registered version of the Hugo trilogy is commercial software and should under no circumstances be distributed to individuals or companies in any form nor transmitted electronically to bulletin boards. It retains all copyrights for the author. I do trilogy. I have Hugo 2 and 3. I wonder if I should play them for you sometime. What do you think? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this cheesy little story, and as always, thank you for hanging out with me. This is the Underconfident Human signing out. See ya.